for the team to start out as slow as they did, but to figure it out and make those adjustments, what did you think of their ability to do that?
I thought we changed up a few things defensively, especially in the second quarter, and I think it helped us settle in and able to establish a lead. So, there's obviously always things that we can get better at, but I was extremely proud of the way that they made those adjustments to help us gain a lead.
Yeah. Oh, what were those defensive adjustments? Because it seemed like the second quarter, you look at the box score and it looks like that's when it decided, but it was really the end of that first quarter. It seemed like to me.
I thought we forced a few turnovers, which allowed us to get a couple of runouts, but then we did run a little bit of a zone, and they had been beating us on some, straight line drives and getting us in some screen action that we were in the wrong coverage for initially. And so when we went to that zone, I thought it kind of slowed them down and it limited their screen action.
Yeah, Jenna told us that she met with you whenever you first got here about how she didn't want to just be known as like just the 3-point shooter, and today she certainly showed more than that. What do you remember from that meeting, and then what was it like to see her, go out there and do it how she did today?
I was extremely proud of her being just so aggressive of going to the rim, and that's something we work on every single day with everyone on our team. Even our post players work on their attack moves, and that's something that we've stressed since day one. When we had off season with just, the 5 returners that were still on the roster going into the recruitment of everyone else in the portal right after I got hired. So just a lot. Seeing it actually come to fruition is just nice, and it's rewarding, especially for someone like Jenna who, really needed her confidence to grow. And I think that that's something that she has definitely worked on. And now being able to be able to score off the bounce and just being more aggressive, because we all know that she can shoot it. So I'm extremely proud of her.
Yeah. And what do you remember about her summer? She said she was in the gym a lot.
She showed up all the time. The one thing I can say is, she didn't miss a workout. If there was an opportunity to get extra shots up or work on anything that we wanted her to work on, she was willing. And I think that it's starting to pay off, because when you show up all the time and you put in extra time, and you also gain confidence from that. And she was able to do that. And she's a really hard worker, and and she wants it. And I'm extremely proud of that.
Bonnie and Talia both been so important for y'all this year. They were battling foul trouble today. What do you think of being able to go on your bench and this really be a team win?
I think it's important, because there are going to be moments where we get in foul trouble or, things don't necessarily go our way. So I thought Harmony came in and stepped up. I thought Marin came in and gave us some really quality minutes. She came in and she was aggressive. She handled the basketball, and she helped distribute it, and she guarded hard, and I thought that was really good. I thought, Maria coming in did a really good job, and her and Ashlyn do a lot. They have some similarities, but they also have some differences, and I think that's a little bit of a nice duo when you throw at the different post players. And so I thought they both did a really good job of, rebounding and getting some putbacks that we needed.
Yeah, last one I'll ask for now is, you mentioned her, Marin. It felt like a really important play in the game was that loose ball that she dove on the floor and got it to Harmony, ended up Jenna three-pointer. Just what do you like about your teams, I guess? It seems like a lot of bodies on the floor, probably a lot of bruises right now, but it's not just today it was Marin being ready to come in and do that.
We talk a lot about when you get your moment, you never know when it might be, but you got to seize it, and you have to be ready for those moments. And, and Marin was ready for hers today. I was extremely proud of the way that she came in, and she was just really, really aggressive, but she did exactly what we needed. But that extra effort, that's important. When you maybe she went from starting early in the season, and she's coming off the bench. There's been a game or two she hasn't played, but for her to keep her mentality right, to come in and always be eager to do what's best for the team, that speaks highly of who she is as a person, and I'm extremely proud to have her on my team. And for her to come in and give that extra effort and, help us get that three, those extra effort plays show up and they matter.
Coach, I know Faith, Family, Fearless, big for you. As your team goes out to all different parts now on this holiday break, do you tell them, hey, use this time to use family? Or with college basketball as competitive as it is, do you say, hey, if you see a gym, get some shots up?
I think that they're basketball players, so there's always a chance to get in a gym. But, at the same time, like, everyone needs a break. They need a break mentally. They need a break physically. And I want them to enjoy this time. I mean, it's a short time. We're one of the few sports that play over 2 semesters. They don't get a break. They didn't get a Thanksgiving break for the most part. They'll barely get a Christmas break. Hopefully we won't get a spring break. So those things are extremely important for them to, to really kind of rest and enjoy their family, because it is important, and time goes extremely fast and it's fleeting. So I want them to really enjoy the Christmas holiday and then to enjoy their family. That's important.
And thoughts on Coach Bradford's sweater today?
His wife created that and did that for him. I thought it was epic. Yes, this morning. Short turnaround. He didn't give her a lot of notice, but I thought she was like 10 out of 10. That was epic. Quite impressive. You got to see her hog hat that she bedazzled.
Yeah, last thing, just what does the holiday schedule look like for y'all? When are players needing to be back and back to practicing?
We'll be back to practice on the 26th. So, they get a few days off. It's not a lot, but, it's a blessing that they'll get a few days off to recover and, like I said, spend time with family. And then it's back to grind and prep and getting ready for our last non-con before we get into SEC play.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas.